the one thing I could tell you for sure is that humanity is going to set itself on the course that it most desires to be the experience of, period.
Now, RJ, we've spoken about this a couple times. I feel like I have to bring it up because 2025, right? Many people, including myself at one point in time, would tune in for predictions of what's to come, what to expect in 2025. Why are we so obsessed about what's going to happen? And does anybody ever even actually know what's going to happen?
My favorite topic. Just to let you know, I'm going to be doing a live class very soon on the false awakening, the golden age of Saturn and the rise of AI. It's absolutely not suitable for YouTube, but it is in my private class. Click on the link below. I'll see you on the other side. Okay. Prophecy and predictions. These are user manuals on how to bring about these realities. Okay. Destiny is always being written from moment to moment for all eternity. And anyone who tells you otherwise has no tangible understanding of what they're talking about or how reality creation actually works. They just read it somewhere. They heard it somewhere. They've been told to say it. They can't tap into it themselves. Destiny is written from moment to moment. The reason why people are obsessed, I don't know if obsessed is the right word. They really haven't been given much options in terms of the so-called spiritual community is just a bunch of predictions for the most part. It puts one in a very disempowered state, and we're in a disempowered state. And so we're seeking some kind of security so we can find out what's going to happen to us. Again, being a consumer rather than a creator. So it too, all these prophecies and predictions and this and that, it's very insidious because you have to be in a disempowered state to even want to reach out to that, seeking some kind of sense of knowingness for a feeling of security that you're going to be okay, realizing that you're the co-creator of your reality. We're the ones that determine this. So again, we have it backwards. We're being a consumer rather than a creator. They're absolutely, utterly useless. They're completely and utterly disempowering in every single way. You determine your reality from moment to moment based upon attention, intention, and desire. End of story. It's got nothing to do with people parading what's going to happen over the next 5 years, 10 years. The one thing I could tell you for sure is that humanity is going to set itself on the course that it most desires to be the experience of, period. Whatever that is. Whatever that is. And if too many of us are just sitting back in this sort of passive state, this receptive state of whatever it is we're being told that's going to happen, and we just go along with it, then things will be difficult, because it's not germane to who and what we really are. It's an agenda, various agendas, right? So prediction and prophecy is just total garbage. It's absolute garbage. Destiny is being written from moment to moment. We are that powerful. We are immortal creator beings. And once we stop being a consumer and we stop operating in the way that I'm talking about, there won't be a single soul on this planet that's looking for some kind of prediction to let them know what's going to happen to them.
What's crazy is the most negative predictions usually get the most attention. So, you see how that works.
Justin, that should tell you, by the way, the aspect of the self, right? The reptilian brain, the fear-based, right? The fight or flight reptilian brain, that's what's reaching out to get the predictions, right? And you just said it, the most negative, because it's the most fear-based. It's the most fear-based. And that's that's the motivating factor for this reaching out to find out what's going to happen, because we're in this fear-based reactionary state, which is the reptilian mind. That is not the creator mind. That is the consumer mind. And the switch is going to be what happens. The ascension is the switch. That's what it is. When we start operating in the way that we're talking about, rather in the way that people tuning in and being in this receptive, passive sort of allowing whatever it is to be told that's going to happen to them, and then assimilating that, drawing that into their being, emanating that, and then building that. So yeah, it's not a surprise that the most watched are always the most negative. Fear sells, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, RJ, I was doing some research for this interview, and a couple of the most viewed videos with regards to 2025 were either Simpsons predictions of what were going to happen in 2025 or predictions that the Simpsons were right on. And so, my question for you is have you ever heard of the Simpsons? And are they really predicting, or maybe is there something else going on with regards to how they're able to get things right about future events?
Well, I'm actually an executive producer and writer of The Simpsons.
Oh,
No,
good.
no. So I have certainly heard of heard of The Simpsons. I can't say I've watched it, any of it, but obviously I've certainly heard of it. Um, so it's not that they predict the future. It's really the other way around. It's really the other way around. It's the user manual. This is what we were talking about before. So I'm not going to get into the specifics of the creators of. I mean, who cares? It doesn't matter, right? Never occupy your mind with something that you can't control, right? But it's not that they're predicting the future. They put that out there so we identify with it, resonate with it, be in this passive state and then we emanate that frequency, and then that's what actually gets built. And so that's extremely popular culture is always part of this agenda.
Okay. Excellent. So anyway, so pretty much the same stuff that we've been talking about is going on with that as well. Now, RJ, is it just, we talked a lot about TVs, people predicting the future, things of that nature. Is it every media that we consume is essentially programming us? So music, TV, like anything that we are being the consumer of is programmed for us?
Yeah, literally. That's why they call it, television programming, or it does. It's a certain frequency that encodes within the mind. It gets embedded within the mind, and then it just runs like it. So everything. So we seem to understand this with food easier as the example, right? We eat quote unquote unhealthy or bad food. We don't feel that well, and we can kind of see the tangible effect of what it's like if we eat, poor food, right? We know that, I don't feel well, I don't operate well, I get sick, and this and that. Well, this applies to everything that our attention is upon. That's why the fourth book is the law of attention. That's why I'm going to be talking about this. So whatever our attention is upon, we draw that into our beingness, and we become a container and a holder for that resonant frequency. So everything our attention is upon, and that's why I say the attention is the new oil. This is a war for your attention, for you to be distracted, for you to be pulled in this direction and then this direction and this direction. The attention is never on the I am, upon and within the I am directly. That's the key. That nothing else is. Absolutely nothing else is. So when we start to gain self-control and self-discipline over our attention, we won't be able to be messed with in any way. Everything our attention is upon becomes our reality. Everything our attention is upon. And you cannot create something other than what your attention is upon. You cannot create something other, because you draw it into your beingness and you resonate with that frequency. This is so important to understand. The purveyors of the matrix understand this very well. They understand it very well. I want to make sure that everyone is equipped with the supreme metaphysical teachings so they can then transcend all of this programming and then actually own their own life.
Wow, that's beautiful. And so I guess the only way to discern whether or not what we're consuming is good is the lighter and freer thing, right, RJ?
I would say that's the simplest way to go about it. If what you hear, see, watch, etc., doesn't make you feel lighter and freer, then it's not the truth, because the I am is formless, it is unconditioned, it is eternally free. So anything other than that you're putting your attention upon, if it doesn't resonate with the I am, with the self, the one self within us all, then it's downstream. And some of these things are way, way downstream from the source point within ourselves. So if we don't feel lighter and freer, right, then it's downstream. And then therefore then it's not going to be germane to who and what you really are. It'll be part of some narrative or agenda of something that's way downstream from the truth. If you are unaware, I lead a global meditation where all of us come together with a single pointedness of focus by harnessing our attention and intention, which is a massive amplification of our energy, which yields greater efficacy in terms of what it is that we desire to manifest. If you want to help change the world, literally, sign up on the link below because we're going to be doing another one very soon.